All right, guys, so we're about to head out right now and pick up a new part for the C7. There it is in all its glory. Looks good. Only thing is that I forgot my mic, but it is what it is. We got to start heading out. We got quite a few things to do, but I got a new camera. Let me know how the quality is. Decided to do a little vlog on the way there and stuff. I'm honestly excited. I got an absolute steal and I can't wait for you guys to see it. I'm just genuinely excited to get this part because I've been looking for a while and I have not seen anything for it, and then it just pops up and I was just about to buy the actual thing, so it popping up and me being able to buy a secondhand is really good. It's going to save us a lot of money. We're not going to take the Corvette though. We're going to be taking the Mercedes in the back right there. All right, guys, so we just picked it up. It's pretty loud because we're next to a road and there's a big truck driving by. This is what we got. So we got the muffler delete, then we got the midsection pipes laying right here with another muffler. And last but not least, we got our Double Helix X pipe. Honestly, I'm really excited for the setup, especially because the X pipe we have is discontinued and there's no way to get it anymore. I was planning on going with a slightly different setup, but when this one popped up, I just had to get it. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit more later, but right now I'm starving, so we're gonna go try Jollibee for the first time and see if Texas got better food than Seattle. All right, guys, so we're trying Jollibee, and it's not really it. I'm not gonna lie. Can you look up where Jollibee's from? I told them it was from Texas. Can you look where it's originated from?
Philippines.
All right, looks like Texas. My bad. Jollibee's from the Philippines. Kind of close, similar countries, I guess. Their chicken sandwich is probably the best chicken sandwich I've had. Definitely nothing special here except the spicy chicken sandwich. We got the exhaust in the back loaded up. I'm about to start driving home. We have about an hour before we get home, and then I'm gonna talk a bit more about the exhaust. Hopefully we can get it on pretty soon here, maybe in the next upcoming week or two is what I'm hoping for, but we'll see how the weather is. It's getting pretty rainy now, so not a lot of time to work outside. Alright guys, so we are home now, and look at these, bro. These look great, dude. Alright, so we went with a full muffler delete from AWE. I don't know how well you guys can see that. We also got this little thing that says it, but essentially AWE, and we got a Corsa Double Helix X pipe, which this X pipe is discontinued, which is really cool because we are actually planning on not getting an expensive X pipe. I was planning on getting a cheap X pipe from Speed Engineering, and I heard that the fitment isn't perfect on that one, and there's usually some leaks, and I was gonna deal with it because $200, you can't really compete with any other X pipe. I don't think is really worth it just for some fitment issues. So essentially we're gonna get these muffler deletes like 100%, but we were gonna get a different X pipe. Now I'm kind of happier that we got the Corsa one. It is discontinued because this one comes with a secondary cat delete, which they're no longer doing because they've had legal issues with that in the past, even though it's marked for off-road use only. After tax and shipping, the AWE track exhaust along with the X pipe from Speed Engineering would have ran me around $1,600 after tax and shipping. It's super expensive, but we were able to get this setup for only $800. So this is supposed to be $1,200 along with those pipes, and then this one itself, back when it was in the market, I think was around $700, $800. That's about how much it is now just for a connecting pipe from Corsa. One thing I like about this compared to with the Mustang, I had to cut the exhaust in the Mustang. With this one, I could just unbolt mine around right here and rebolt this one in at the same spot, and because I'm just unbolting mine, the rest of the exhaust is going to go the X pipe into the connecting pipe into the muffler delete. So I'm not going to have to cut anything. Super simple to install it. Dude, I honestly cannot wait to get an exhaust on this thing. And I don't know, man, I really like the chrome tips. I feel like they really pop. but we're gonna have black ones now. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get a little sound comparison of just the resonator delete on the car. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the before. And now here's going to be the after. The tone is different. It smells like gas, and it's slightly louder from the back. It's not that much crazy of a difference though. It's definitely not going to wake up your neighbors, but it sounds good. It sounds raspy. It sounds more like a muscle car now. You kind of hear it chop just a little bit more. Now essentially I did the resonator delete first because it was a pretty quick and easy job. It took around 2 hours. I do not think that it is worth buying if you're just getting them done. I think resonators are good combination with other things because it changes the tone, but I wouldn't get just only resonators done on this car. I personally think it just doesn't do much for the car. It changes the tone, but at the end of the day you're stuck with a non-loud car. Now the first thing we did was pull the NPP fuse. That increased the sound at the rear of the car when you're outside, but not really that much inside. If you just want a little bit more than the stock exhaust offers, then I think the resonator delete is a good way to go, but in my honest opinion, I'd rather just save up and get a muffler delete. I think that's going to be the biggest change for this car. Alright guys, so this is... God damn it, Jordan. Alright guys, so this is going to be the final startup, and this is going to be with the muffler delete and the resonator delete both done. Honestly, the tips look great. I like how they look. I kind of wanted to go with chrome, but you know what? It's fine. I feel like they look really nice. Plus it kind of fits our, black accents, which we're going to just continue doing on this car. So we just cleaned the car. Honestly, she's shiny. She's looking good. And I'm going to do a really unique angle that I'm going to kind of test out and see how good it looks. Just go ahead and hop in, start it up, and see how this angle is going to look. I feel like I'm pretty optimistic about this angle, but I feel like it's going to give you guys a really good idea of how the car is going to sound when you're in the passenger seat, because that's kind of something I want to talk about with this exhaust setup. I think it's really great. It's really cheap. However, there's some pros and cons to this exhaust setup. So I think the setup is perfect for what I want right now, but it definitely has its downsides. One of them is drone. Drone can get pretty bad in fifth gear when I think around this range. I don't know how well that's gonna pick up on the mic, but the drone right there, around 1500 RPM is pretty terrible, but I'm in fifth gear. I can go to sixth, I can go to seventh. And obviously the automatics are going to be slightly different with this too, but I could shift out of the drone spots, so it doesn't bother me too much. I'm trying to let you guys hear it a little bit more. So if we downshift here, give it a little. Now, one thing that I really love about it is that it pops and bangs. I don't know how well it's going to pick up on the mic. I don't know how well it picks up outside, but it pops and bangs, not in an excessive amount, but like the perfect amount in my opinion. The downside to it is it's not loud enough. I wish it was a little bit louder, but again, this is, you know, like an NAV8. It's not something that they're typically known for, is a bunch of pops and burbles. Honestly, it sounds great. It pops, especially when you're shifting at the high RPMs. It really pops. Like, I don't know. It sounds great. It's definitely a budget option. It's not going to be as great if you go the full route of headers, you know, especially once you're doing headers. It takes a lot of money to do it right, in my opinion, because you want to do the headers, and I feel like you might as well do the intake manifold because you're going to need your tune. That means intake manifold, intake, headers. And then, I mean, maybe you throw in a cam and you're doing a lot of stuff, which gets really pricey, especially if you don't do it yourself. But this, you literally just unbolt and bolt on. Super easy install. You could do it at home. I did it on the floor. The axle back took a little bit longer because you have to take apart the rear diffuser to get it on. But the midsection took about 3 hours, 2 hours, I think. But if you do go the more expensive route, I would do everything I said with the headers. I would get an X pipe with the secondary cat delete, but I would leave the normal mufflers and maybe get a kill switch for them if you have the NPP. If you don't have NPP, I would actually just get mufflers. But with the NPP system, I don't believe you really need to go all the way out and go and grab yourself a new set of mufflers. Now, I did a muffler delete, so obviously it's gonna make a big difference. Now, I wouldn't do just the X pipe by itself either. There's really no point. It doesn't make that much of a difference. If you like how your stock exhaust sounds and you genuinely just want a simple bolt-on, like very slight increase, especially in the higher RPM, then I'd say it's worth it. They're pretty cheap. You can get one from Speed Engineering for really like dirt cheap, and you'll be happy with that one. That's the only route I'd recommend going. If you really just want a small bump at the higher RPM, then it's worth doing that. Otherwise, I don't think the X pipe's really worth it if you're looking for any noticeable increase in volume at like all ranges. Other than that, I don't know how it's gonna pick up in the interior, but I hope you guys can hear it well and like how it sounds. It honestly, I love it. It has a really great tone to it. Honestly, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching. Let me know what you guys think about the exhaust, and if you guys want any more videos on it, and if you guys like this angle and this type of POV drive, because honestly, I kind of mess with the angle. I just need to see how it hears and sounds, or I just need to see what it looks like and sounds once I start editing. But I'm going to go ahead and catch you guys in our next video. Doodles, bye. God damn it, Jordan.